What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade basketball analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. We're going to talk about who I think is going to come home with the Sixth Man of the Year award for this year. Now, this award been tricky because some players get injured, some players become starters because of injuries and trades, and they disqualify themselves. But you also got guys that step up later in the season, and you got guys that start off early in the season that gives them a chance to put themselves in the conversation, but they end up not getting it because it's the entire season is how you win the award. Now I'm gonna give you five guys, not in any order, but I'm gonna give you the guy I think last, who's gonna be the winner for me. So let me tell you the people I think gonna be in the conversation. Gordon Draggage. He's one of the five guys that I can definitely see possibly coming home with this award. I know he was coming off an injury, but he was dominant in the bubble. He was basically getting any shot that he wanted. His three ball looked good. His handle looked good, and he's not. It's not that long ago, so it's not like he's going to decline or he's getting older. He was just doing that not that long ago, and I do feel like they brought back the same team, and I feel like he's going to have a similar role, even though they are not that far from a break. They just came in the finals and they already back into the regular season. But I think that's a good thing because they're ready. You know, they was competing at the highest level. They was playing their best basketball at the right time. Injuries really messed their chances up of winning the title, but nothing you can do is over and done with. But I like the Heat. I like what they bring to the table. I like their play style. I like their team-oriented offense and game. And I feel like if Goran can go out there, get you 4 or 5 assists, get you double digit points, I don't see why Gordon wouldn't be in that argument for Sixth Man of the Year again. And they do need a punch off that bench. They do need a punch. They did lose some pieces this offseason, and guys are going to have to step up. But that's what we expect. We expect them to be better. We expect the young guys to get better, and we expect a bench to be solid. You know, they added some pieces later last year, and it helped them, you know, at the end of the day. And I think that Goran is going to be hungry and ready to go. And I think that he'd be in that conversation for Sixth Man of the Year. Another guy that I personally like is Jordan Clarkson. I feel like he was in the conversation, as the Jazz has one of the worst benches, and that's why they brought him in at the trade deadline because they needed somebody that can create. They needed somebody that can knock down shots, and Gordon Clarkson has done that his whole career. You know, he never really was made to be a starter. He never was really made to be a franchise point guard, but that's fine. His other roles in the game, and he has found his role and he has found his job, and that's what they need him to do. They gave him a longer term contract because they know how valuable he is to this team, and he does matter because they was one of the worst teams. If they starters go down, if guys can't hit a shot, they lack that punch, they lack that confidence, and they relied a lot on Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs to create and score a lot of points. And that's why it's important for Jordan Clarkson to be, you know, healthy and ready to go. But then again, that's why he should be in the conversation. Because if they need him to get them a bucket, they need somebody that can come out and get you 15, 16 points a night. And if you can do that, which he has shown that he can do last year, then you're going to be in this conversation for the award. He's not a high assist guy, not a high rebound guy, maybe not the most efficient guy, but this is a guy that lacks no confidence. This guy's going to let it fly. This guy going to come at you, and this guy is coming on the court ready to compete. And I like the move, and it proved that it was right, that they did it. And I think that that'll be another good move for them, bringing him back this year because he did exactly what they needed him to do, and they paid him for that again this offseason. Eric Pascal. Now, a lot of people will be surprised about this, but I look at it like this. He was able to eat a lot because Steph was gone. He was able to eat a lot because Clay was gone. And I don't really see that changing. When you look at the Golden State Warriors, a lot of people, one of the first things that they'll say is this team is not deep. This team bench was weak last year. Now I understand that that was true and it was factual. That's why they was one of the worst teams in the entire NBA last year, and a lot of it had to do with the damage of their, you know, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, shooting backcourt ever. Now the problem is Clay is still not going to be here this year, and they're going to have to try and find a way to replace his scoring. And Eric Pascal is coming off the bench, and he knows this system. They have similar players last year. They added a couple players that going to cut his minutes, but they also going to give him more opportunity when he comes in. And the rebounding is there. He can get you a couple boards. He can get you double-digit points, and he's going to be playing with Steph and them hopefully the entire year, which makes his job a lot easier because all he has to do is knock down open shots, grab a couple boards, get out in transition, and next thing you know, you got 12 to 15 points per game. They're going to still need him to be impactful. They're going to still rely on him because he is one of their better players. And he is probably the best bench player that they have on their team. But he showed that he can produce, and he showed that he is a guy that you can rely on. And he did that all last year, and that's why he was one of the best rookies. I think his game is going to mature. I think his trust is going to be there. And with better starters and better team compared to last year, he should be able to get easier opportunities, more efficient opportunities. And it's just about him knocking those things down when he gets them. And I think he'll be able to do that. And I think he will be a big part of their team, just like he was last year. They still have the bench weakness, like I'm saying, and they still do need somebody to come in and replace some of the scoring that Clay is going to leave. And I think he can do that, and I think that he'll be ready for it, and I think the team will let him do it. Montrezl Harrell. I was a big person of letting Montrezl Harrell go. But one thing we know about Montrezl Harrell is he's going to eat. He's going to get rebounds, and he's going to score points. He got a lot of guys on his team that he can play off of, whether it's Marc Gasol, Dennis Schroeder, LeBron James, and I can keep going on and on. This team is going to be tough. This team is going to be probably the best team in the West for this year too. And Montrezl Harrell is a guy that if you don't pay attention to him, he can sneak in and get a layup. He can sneak in and get a rebound. And those things add up, and that's why he was the sixth man of the year last year. Now, the reason why I don't have him winning the award is mainly because I don't think they needed him as much as the Clippers did. Remember, the Clippers had Paul George missing a long stretch of time. The Clippers had Kawhi Leonard in and out of games, which means they relied on him to produce a lot more than this team will at the end of the day. And I think his numbers are going to take a hit. I think he's still going to be productive. I think they're still going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be good enough to win the award like we seen last year because of the reduce of touches and the reduce of needing him. Because these guys are durable. These guys do play majority of the games, and they will be one of the best teams, and they already will be a great offensive team without him, and that's why his role is going to be reduced compared to what they needed him to do with the Clippers because of the situations are different. And I think that that's why he's not going to be able to win the award. But I think the numbers still will be there enough to put himself in a conversation. And now it's time for the guy I think that's going to win. The guy I think is going to win is going to be the 20-point scorer. And a guy that was also in the All-Star conversation last year. And it's Spencer Dinwiddie. And you know I haven't really been that high on the Brooklyn Nets. But when I think about Steve Nash, when I think about Mike D'Antoni, when I think about Ime, and what I think about this team, they're not a great defensive team. They don't have too many great individual defenders. But they're going to get up, they're going to break you down, and they're going to come at you. They showed that already, and that's what I expect them to do. But we know how Kyrie is, similar to what I said about Montrezl Harrell. If he misses a couple games, somebody's going to have to come in and get buckets. Somebody's going to have to come in and keep the offense going and carry this bench. A lot of people don't like the Brooklyn Nets on paper. They're not the most exciting team. You see Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and a bunch of guys, and you're like, this team should be good. But not a lot of players and a lot of people think this team is going to be great. And that's unfortunate, but we all entitled to our own opinions. But if this guy can get you 20 points a game, and a lot of it was because of Kyrie missing majority of the season, I don't see why he can't get you 16 points a game this year because they still going to need him to play a boatload of minutes. He's still going to have a huge opportunity to do it in Brooklyn, and they got so much spacing and so many shooters now that it makes it easier for him to play in the pick and roll. It makes it easier for him to get to the paint and get to his baskets and get the mid-range and get those threes up because he can play off Kevin Durant and Kyrie, and he also can create on his own. Not only that, he still do have Jared Allen and DeAndre Jordan as this video is recorded, which means he has guys that can set screens to get him open shots, to get him lanes to the basket and to the free throw line. And he has done that his entire career. He had a huge chance to win it, But once Kyrie went down for majority of the season, he disqualified himself because he was playing as a starter. I don't think that's going to happen as much this year. And if he continues to come off the bench and continue to produce, like we said with the Clarkson, the Heralds, and the other guys that took advantage of their opportunities, I think he has the best chance to win it. And that's why I'm going with Spencer Dinwiddie to win the award. A lot of people go crazy for me saying that because you wouldn't believe it. But when you look at the last couple seasons that he had, and you look how well he did play without Kyrie, to me, it makes sense. But let me know if I'm wrong. Also, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description and comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description and comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that continues to check it out. Also, if you're new, you can buy merchandise on my Facebook page, whether it's a hat or a shirt. You can change the color of the hat, change the color of the shirt to however you want it to be, customize it however you want it to be. Message me and I can get it shipped out to you. You can also buy exclusive merchandise on my spread shirt. So if you like that, feel free to click that out. Click the link on my description and comment section and send you to it. Also, if you don't want to buy any merchandise, that's fine. You can still support the channel by liking and sharing. Liking and sharing allows this channel to be reached by more people. And not only that, that's another way you can help the channel. Also, if you're new to the channel, you can check out my older videos. I make breakdowns of players, legends, rookies, and also summer league coverage when it does happen, and breakdowns of that, free agency, top 10 lists, playoff predictions, season previews, and discussions just like this, even about the hottest topics. Not only that, feel free to comment. I read every single comment, so if you got anything you want me to know, anything you want me to see, I'll read all of them. Not only that, this is your guy, Quinn Wade, coming to you to get y'all prepared for the season, what to expect from it. Hopefully you guys are excited as I am. I'm already watching preseason, just got done with that. And other than that, Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm gone. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.